What's up, you guys? Welcome to Influencer School Lesson 9. We are on social media engagement. What is that? How do you do it? Let's get into it. So let's start with what is community engagement. So community engagement is basically how people are interacting with your content. Are they liking, favoriting, commenting, direct messaging you, sharing, saves, links, mentions, etc.? The list goes on and on forever. So that is what community engagement is. It's how people are interacting with your content. You are building a community and you're adding value to your audience. So that is kind of the overall picture that I'm trying to paint here, is how are people engaging with your content and how are you engaging with others when it comes to your content and when it comes to other people's content. Keep that in mind. So you're trying to build that community for your audience and you're adding value to your audience. That's a huge thing. People will follow you if you add value to their lives. So it's super important to build a community that is invested in you. You have to always keep the conversation going. That is the easiest way to have high community engagement. So social media platforms, they're all fighting for our attention and they want you to stay on their app. So it's important to have a high level of community engagement, which in turn helps with the algorithms to curate more content for you to watch that is generated to what you're actually wanting to watch. It's going to get to know you better, and it's going to benefit your content as well if you have high community engagement. So remember, social media is a two-way street. It's not just you posting and leaving. Like I said before, don't post and ghost. It's about building relationships, your community, your audience, and we're going to put that all together into two words: community engagement. So let me give you some examples of how you can do community engagement. So the first is going to be respond to every single comment and DM. You need to do this always to help with your algorithms boosting and to help with your community engagement. 100% is so important to always respond to people. We always need to keep the conversation going. It's so important for community engagement to try to keep the convo always going. So how can we do that? Let's say somebody commented on your video and all they wrote was like, great video, loved it. Well, you're going to comment back, of course, but to keep the conversation going, we're going to ask a question. Asking a question is huge. It's a great way to have, again, the conversation to keep it going, more community engagement. So you could respond with like, thank you so much. What part of my video did you enjoy most? What did you take out of this video? In general, always respond to every comment and DM. And if you can respond with the question, even better. Another way that you can get involved with other creators and just building that engagement again is to be stitching or remixing videos. So that's where somebody created a video and you're either going to remix it or stitch it by either being on the other side live with it, or sometimes it'll show a clip of their video and then yours afterwards, let's say. Either way, whatever it is, getting involved in stitching or remixing whatever platform you're on. Those videos is a great way to get involved with other creators and to help build your audience. You probably have similar audiences if you're stitching their videos. So it's a great way to connect with other people and build that engagement. If you're trying to keep your audience involved on your stories, one of my favorite ways to do this is by asking questions with a little question box or by doing polls. Getting people engaging into your stories is another way that's always going to help boost your content, boost your stories so people are looking at it more, keep people involved, feel like they're interacting with you more. And I love to do like let people help make decisions for you. For instance, they love doing that. So it makes them feel like they're involved more. Things like that are just little ways that you can help people get engaged with you, but it's an easy way. Just add a poll or a question onto your stories and boom, you've already got some more engagement going. Another great way to build engagement on your stories is by going live or talking organically on your stories. So we're trying to look like our authentic selves. We want to show up as our own person. We're not trying to be somebody else. We're not trying to be someone that we're just pretty much not. So people are going to like you for who you are. So make sure to show up in that raw form of yourself. I like to call it organically who you are. You know, you don't have to be perfect when you're talking on your stories. People are going to feel like they're having that conversation with you, almost like a friend's talking to you, and they're going to feel like they're getting to know you more. They're going to become more and more invested the more you talk on your stories, the more that you're going live and just building that connection with your audience and your people. So we've talked a lot about how to keep people engaged in your content, but you also have to do your own job to interact with other people's content. So there are different ways that you can do this, but I really just recommend getting on Instagram, making sure you're liking other people's posts. Commenting is a huge one, sharing people's posts, and engaging with others on the app that you're choosing is a huge way to build that community engagement. And the apps always love it. Okay. You can't go wrong with doing community engagement, because if you're doing that within a certain social media app, they're going to like that, because again, they want you to stay on their app. They want you to be involved on their app. They're all fighting for your attention, and time is the number one thing. So what I would recommend to you is to focus on an app that's most important to you and devote that time to building community engagement. Make sure you're formulating your content to keep your audience engaged, but that you're also going in, commenting on other people's stuff, liking and sharing their content as well. It's a two-way street, like I said. Sometimes people need to come up with little methods for themselves. So for instance, you could do like the 10-10-10 method, 10 minutes of engaging on your feed, 10 minutes of engaging on stories, and 10 minutes of engaging with others, whether that's on hashtags, comments, or maybe previous posts of yours that you just didn't get to the comments, you missed it, or DMs. This is a way that you could formulate your time, break it up 10 minutes in the morning, middle of the day, afternoon. You don't have to do it all at once. Make it reasonable for you and your schedule. Now I'm going to give you a pro tip. Let's say you are trying to get into somebody's DMs, but you're just not sure how to organically get to that person into a private message, and you're trying to make it the most organic way possible. One of the routes that you can do for this is, let's say someone posts a video. Well, instead of commenting on their video, like, great video, thank you for sharing, love the tips, let's say, instead of commenting that, you can message about that video to that creator. Hey, I loved the XYZ video you did. Thank you for sharing. And now you're already building that rapport with them. You're not just randomly messaging them. You're complimenting them on their video. It's a great way to start building a connection with someone and to take someone out of the comments and into the DMs. So my homework to you is to not mindlessly scroll. You need to take your time on social media and put your business cap on and think about tools that you can get from this and your engagement. So just set a schedule and a goal for yourself. So let's say you're going to go on social media 30 minutes on Monday and you're going to comment on 20 posts. Well, while you're doing that, while you're scrolling through this content, you need to be getting inspired. You need to be collecting ideas, saving reels for yourself on video inspiration on what you could create later. So think about that while you're scrolling through. And then also remember to engage at a higher level. I know it gets easy and lazy to just go and heart people's photos and videos, but get more engaged in that. Ask a question on their social media, comment. All of that are great ways that you can build community engagement, not only on your own platform and your own content, but on other people's content, and to just get involved on the app. the social media platform you choose to do this on, they will recognize this time that you're spending and the extra time you're spending on actual engagement besides liking people's posts. And this will in turn help your content and your algorithms as well. So again, your homework would be to create an engagement goal for your time on social media. Don't just mindlessly scroll. Capture inspiration and create engagement with others by liking, commenting, sharing, etc. So make that goal for yourself and get out there and get involved with your community and build that engagement. And I'll see you in the next lesson.